Okay, hello students, welcome to Umadevi Children Academy. Today we are discussing the new chapter, that is chapter number 3 students, metal and non-metal, lecture number 1 students. Right? So in this topic we are discuss about the what is metal, how it is, what is the property of metal, the what is the characteristics of metals, what is the nature of metals we are discuss here, and the what is the characteristics of non-metals, properties of non-metals, and all the things we are discussed in this chapter. Right students, so let's start the chapter number 3, metal and non-metal students. Okay students, in our atmosphere we have a 118 elements. 118 elements are available in our atmosphere. In our earth, the 118 elements are available: iron, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, copper, gold, silver, etc. Different type of, when we collect all the element, the 118, that is 180 elements are available in the our atmospheres, our earth. Right students, so what are the metals are there? All these 118 elements are different from each other. All these elements which are different from each other, their color, their property, their reactivity, all the things are different from each other. So that's why they are classified as a three types students. They are classified as the three types: metal, non-metal, and metalloids. Right students, metal, non-metal, and metalloid students. But students, for your syllabus you have only these two, metal and non-metals. This is you have to discuss in your higher class students. In higher classes you will discuss about these metalloids, or in this chapter, in this 10th class, you will in the last chapter is there the periodic table and its classification. In that chapter you will discuss about metalloids, but in this chapter we have to discuss about only on metal and non-metal students. Understood? So first start the what is metal. The metal which does not have any kind of the proper definitions. The metals that could not be find the proper definition. The metals are defined based on their property only. Metals are defined based on their properties. Like the, for example, metal is a substance which donate electrons. Metal is a substance which donate electron. It means metal substance always lose electrons or donate electron to some other species. That is we call as a metal. Right? Or one more definition, second definition: substance which conduct heat and electricity, malleability, ductility, sonorous, lustrous, etc. in nature. That is called as a metal. So substance which is exhibiting the, which is easily allow the electric current. The heat and electricity means the substance which in which you may heat. The substance you may heat here. Any substance you may heat. You may heat the any metal. You may heat here. Then what happens? Heat transfer from one end to another end, like iron metal, steel metals, right? Gold metal. The heat transfer one end to another end, and electricity also transfer one end to another end, right? So that is the metal. Or metal which is malleable in nature. Malleable means the small pieces of metal kept into the one plate and beaten with hammer. They are turned into thin sheet. All the pieces connect with each other to form thin sheet. That is malleable. Ductility means it is easy to draw in wire, cable. That is ductility. Sonorous means it make a sound. When metals are struck with each other, iron metals are struck with each other, steel metal are struck with each other, it makes sound. Sonorous nature. Lustrous, metals are shine. Gold shine, silver shine, platinum shine. So the shining property, that is we call as a lustrous. That is we call as the metal. Right students, so what is this indicate students? The metal which cannot have a proper definition, they're defined based on the property. That is metal. So what is metal? Metal is a substance which lose electron or metal is substance which conduct heat, electricity, malleable, ductility and sonorous, lustrous nature called as a metal. Right students? So all the metal exist in solid form except of mercury. Mercury only substance which exists in liquid form, but all the metal which are exist in the solid form. Iron solid, gold solid, silver solid, zinc solid. Right students? So all the metal which are exist in a solid form. Only mercury. Mercury in thermometer students. Have you seen the thermometer? The thermometer in which the liquid mercury is present. So liquid mercury is the metallic nature students. Why it is considered as metallic? Because it is conduct heat and electricity. That's why it is metallic nature. And it is lose easily electron. That's why mercury is the metallic nature. Right students? So metal develop positive charge by lose electron. So the whatever the definition I said now, it donate electrons. When it donate electrons, any metal, for example, look like this metal which lose electron to form positive charge by losing n number of electrons. N means number of electrons. For example, look at here. You may use sodium. Sodium is the metal. It lose 1 electrons. So it develop positive charge. When it develop positive charge, it develop positive charge by losing electron. Right students? Example sodium, aluminum, iron, etc. Right. Next, the occurrence of metal. Where the metals are available. So metals are available in the earth crust. Right. So different metals available in the different percentage. The earth crust, different metals are available. So different types of metals are available in the different percentage in the earth crust. For example students, iron available only 4% in the earth crust. Aluminum available 7% in the earth crust. These are the example their occurrence. Right. So it means whatever the metals are there, iron, cobalt, zinc, gold, silver, all the things which are available in the earth crust. It means underground. Underground they are available. Right. So iron is 4% and the aluminum is 7%. So after the metal, now we are discussing about the non-metal. So what is non-metal? Non-metals are completely opposite to the metal students. So if you are understood about the metal, then it is very opposite to the non-metals. Right. So non-metal is defined based on their property. Non-metal substance which gain electrons because they have a electronegative characters. So electronegative character means the whatever the non-metals are there, non-metals always hungry for accepting electrons. Right students? Non-metals are always hungry for accepting an electrons, always greedy for accepting electrons. So that is we call as a electronegative characters. Right students? Or may define by the one more definition. Substance does not conduct heat and electricity. It is non-malleable, non-ductility, non-sonorous, non-lustrous in nature, called as non-metals. Understood students? So this definition opposite to the metal students, right? Okay. Non-metals are exist in different form. For example, carbon, sulfur, silicon available in solid form in the atmosphere. Carbon, coal students. Have you seen the coal? The coal which is the coal mines. The coal is available in the solid form. And the silicon crystals are available in the solid form. Bromine, bromine which is available in the liquid form students. Bromine is a substance, is a non-metal which is available in liquid form. And remaining hydrogen gas, atmosphere hydrogen gas, helium, oxygen, all are available in the gaseous form students. Have you seen that we know that the hydrogen is gaseous form. We know that oxygen is the gaseous form. We know that helium is the gaseous form, which are gaseous form. So these all are non-metal students. Right students? Non-metals are most important for our living organisms. Example students, carbon, the carbon like carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, etc. are made up of carbons. So carbon, protein, fat, vitamin. These all the things which are made up from the carbon atoms. So it means, we know that, I think you in biology you have to learn that what is carbohydrate, how it is important for our life, what is protein, how it is important for our life. So these all are made from the carbon and it is most important for our body, students. It is most essential, the whatever these are things are there, these are most important for our growth and development, right? Carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, these are the most important for our growth, for our development, rations, and for our energy purpose. Oxygen is a non-metal essential for breathing. Oxygen is a non-metal, students, but oxygen is very important for our each and every living organism purpose, for the breathing. If oxygen is unable in the atmosphere, means we are unable to breathe, we cannot be survive without oxygen. So oxygen is the one of the non-metal essential for breathing of living organism. Nitrogen exists in the form of ammonia. In the earth crust, students, in the soil, ammonia is available. Ammonia. So ammonia, which is helpful for the fertility of earth. If the fertility of earth is good, means the development of agriculture is good. Restaurants. If the fertility is poor, means the development of the growth, the developments of the agriculture field is bad. Restaurants. And sulfur exists in our hair, garlic, onion, etc. Sulfur is exists in the hair, garlic, and onion, etc. Students. So look at, students, the how useful the non-metals in our life. It is most essential for our life. Students, most abundant non-metal oxygen. Right, students, the oxygen in the atmosphere most abundant. The oxygen present 50% in the earth crust. In the earth crust, 50% oxygens are available. When you dig out the any metal from the earth, the metal which definitely combine with the percentage of oxygens. Like for example, when you dig out the iron from the earth, the iron available as a Fe2O3 form, sodium available as a Na2O2 form, right? So these all the things are available in the earth crust. So oxygens present in the earth along with the metal. Oxygens along with the metals present in the earth crust. Restaurants. So that is 50% of oxygen exists in the atmosphere. Majority of the non-metals in the earth crust decreasing order. Oxygen is 50% is available, is high percentage as compared to the silicon. Silicon is high percentage as compared to the phosphorus. Phosphorus is high percentage as compared to the sulfur, students. Students. And oxygen and nitrogens are most important constituents air. Oxygen and the nitrogens are the most important constants of the air, students. We know that the oxygens, the atmosphere oxygen is available in the some books it mentioned 90%, 19% is, some book it mentioned the 21% is, it's available in the air. And the nitrogen available in the 71% is. Restaurants. Oxygen, silicon most abundant in the earth. Silica like SiO2. Silica means SiO2, SiO4 form available. Oxygen and silicon both are available in this form, SiO2, SiO4 form available in the earth crust. Restaurants. Oxygen and hydrogens, which are important constituents of water. We know that the water is also one of the most essential for the human life, or as well as the living organism. The each and every living organism needs water. Water is most essential, the most essential as similar to the oxygen. Right students? So oxygen, hydrogen present in the air, oxygen, silicon present in the earth, oxygen, nitrogen present in the air. Right students? Okay students, I hope you understood the today topics. If you have any doubt, then ask me students. Thank you so much.